This is the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
I'm Stephen A.
The Cavs hosting the Golden State Warriors down 3-0 with the entire basketball world expecting a sweep, obviously hoping for something else. We shall see what happens. You know, during the break, my producers, the extraordinary individuals that they are, Jonathan Winthrop, Cat Pastor, Nuno Texiera, still don't know whether he's Mexican, Portuguese, or nothing, but that's a different subject for another day. Nevertheless, they're all sitting here talking. And they're talking all of this stuff about Steph Curry and how people were speculating how he looked after Kevin Durant hit that shot like he was about to poop on the floor or whatever. You know, a similar, moon shot like what Randy Moss did in Green Bay, and all of this other stuff is going on. And it got me to thinking about something I was told just this week. I was reminded of it by a few players in the NBA today. They will remain nameless because they didn't tell it to me, hoping that their name would be raked through the coals publicly for what I'm about to reveal to you. But I happen to know they're telling the truth, and I happen to know they're factual because I've spoken to numerous players over the years who have told me the same thing. And that is this. If you've watched and you've listened to LeBron James and how he seems to be very ebullient in just disseminating praise to Kevin Durant, notice he's not doing the same thing about Steph Curry. Steph Curry during this series, ladies and gentlemen, is averaging 28.7 points per game, 9.7 rebounds, 9 assists on 44.8% shooting from the field and 48.4% shooting from three-point range. Steph Curry has been fantastic. But we barely even talk about him because he clearly ain't the best player on his team. That would happen to be Kevin Durant. And what I was told, what I was reminded of, is there's a reason that LeBron James praises Kevin Durant. Because LeBron James wants you to know that Kevin Durant is the best player on the Golden State Warriors. See, if he indeed has to pass the baton from being recognized as the greatest player in the world to somebody else, he damn sure ain't interested in it being Steph Curry. Part of the reason is how Golden State's hide Steph Curry as a defender. He's not poor, but he's not elite by any stretch of the imagination, even though he does have great hands. But he's not an elite defender. He doesn't scare anybody, and people like Kyrie Irving salivate at the mouth at the thought of Steph Curry defending against them. But that's not the only reason that LeBron James and others are so quick to heap praise upon Kevin Durant as opposed to Steph Curry. The other reason is because they don't feel like Steph Curry has had to endure what they've had to endure. The way they look at it, they're like, look, he's the babyface assassin. The wife, the kids, the family, the pristine image, and all the stuff that comes with it. He didn't have to go through the same adverse circumstances. This is what they've said. And because they didn't have to go through the same adverse circumstances, they're not trying to hand him that baton that seemingly most of America wants him to have. Oh, no, LeBron James will gladly, if he has to surrender it, give it up to KD. But he ain't trying to give it up to Steph. One person said this to me, one NBA Hall of Famer. Listen to this quote. LeBron James, Stephen A., LeBron James will share his throne with KD, and the players in the league will accept that. They will never accept Curry as the best player in the league. He is not on Kevin Durant and LeBron James level. Period. That was written. That's just about basketball alone. It doesn't take the other things into consideration. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, the road you travel what you endure, what you persevere through, what you withstand and having to go through what you have to go through to get to elite status, that's what players look at as well. When everybody's scrutinizing every little thing you do, how you do it, who you do it with, etc., and then you make it, they're cool with that. They don't view Steph Curry as somebody who's had to endure but so much. The super dad, the super family life. Now, that's nothing to begrudge or hate on Steph Curry about, not in my estimation. I think he's a great guy. I think his family's great. But fellas in the league, particularly those hardcore cats, I say he's a terrific guy, a terrific family. They view him as a choir boy who the media and others were anxious to anoint. And as a result, they resent it. And their attitude is they ain't giving him a damn thing. So while the Golden State Warriors are en route to winning these finals, LeBron James does not want to lose. LeBron James is going to fight like hell to win. But in the end, if he has to concede, it's not an accident you're hearing him consistently talk about Kevin Durant. The alternative would be for him to hand the mantle, the figurative mantle, to Steph Curry. He ain't trying to do that for a multitude of reasons. There's a reason why he refuses to acknowledge the Golden State Warriors as a rivalry. There's a reason he refused to acknowledge Steph Curry as the heir apparent to his throne these past couple of years. There's a reason why he would come out of his mouth and says there's a difference between an MVP and the most outstanding player. There's a difference between an MVP and who really is the best player in the world. Remember when he did those things in the past? Remember when LeBron James said those things in the past? Do you get it now? Do you understand? Those are the kind of things he was talking about. And he means every word of it. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He is absolutely, positively not alone in that thinking.
Want to be a part of the show? Hit Stephen A. up weekdays from 1 to 3 Eastern at 866-729-3776. You're listening to the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
By the way, just looking at some of these salaries, you got to remember, Golden State's got a bunch of free agents. They got like 2 dudes under contract, and then outside of that, listen to this. This Golden State Warriors squad, Steph Curry's an unrestricted free agent. I've been told by sources he's obviously coming back. He's taken care of. It's done. Kevin Durant, he's going to exercise his player option of $27.7 million for next season. He'll opt out of that deal, re-sign, re-up with a new lucrative deal. He'll stay in Golden State. Iguodala's unrestricted. Sean Livingston is unrestricted. Jaja Pachulia, Ian Clark, JaVale McGee, David West, Matt Barnes, James Michael McAdoo. They're all unrestricted except McAdoo, who's a restricted free agent. Klay Thompson's making $17.4 million. Draymond Green's making $16.4 million. Everything else, everybody else in the contract, Looney Jones and Patrick McCaw, are all making $1.5 million or less. So you re-sign Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, okay? You'll probably keep Iguodala and Livingston, and who knows what will happen to the rest of them. The point is they got money to keep their own guys. Meanwhile, you're Cleveland. LeBron James is making $33.3 million next year. He's got a player option for 2018, 2019. That's next summer. Kevin Love is making $22.6 million next year. He's got a player option for 2019, 2020. Kyrie Irving is making $18.9 million next year. He's got a player option for 2019, 2020 as well. Tristan Thompson is making $16.4 million. J.R. Smith is making $13.8 million. Amon Shumpert is making $10.3 million. He's got a player option for 2018, 2019, which he'll probably keep, opt in because I don't know what kind of deal he's going to get to go elsewhere. Then you got Shannon Fry at $7.4 million. Richard Jefferson's probably going to retire, but he's at $2.5 million. All interesting things to consider. All things we absolutely positively can't ignore. But bottom line is simple. Golden State can remain firmly intact. They're the champions. Cleveland's going to have to make changes, and it's going to happen via trade because they have no room whatsoever to go out there and get somebody in free agency. That is the situation. Very, very interesting. 88, you're live with Stephen A. on ESPN Radio. What's up? Go ahead, 88.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm all right. You on the air, but what's up, man?
All right, look, it was BB. Yeah, you said 88.
Oh,
anyway.
it was the two numbers, 88. I'm sorry. My bad. BB. Go ahead.
That's all right, Steve. Hey, look here, man. What you just talked about with Steph Curry, it's nothing that burns me up more than the players in the league. You know, Chris Rock made a skit one time where he talked about how our people, and I'm talking about black people.
That's right.
Would praise people for going to jail, but a guy who would get his degree, they would have something to say about that.
Yep.
You know, the players in the league don't fool me. This is enviness and hatred against this guy.
Whoa. Hatred's too strong of a word. There's not a single soul. Hold on. Let me inform you. Hold on. Let me inform you. There isn't a single player that hates Steph Curry. Not one of them. That's not true. What they hate is what they perceive to be favorable treatment towards him than they know would be accorded to them. That is accurate. But that's also not Steph Curry's fault, which they know. They know they look at the media. They look at what the media wants to promote. They look at what Joe Public out there and you know, the paying customer wants to promote, what they're most comfortable with, and they see Steph Curry instead of themselves. And they don't like that. But that doesn't mean you hate Steph Curry. You understand the difference, BB?
I mean, we talked about this before, Stephen A.
Yes, we have.
Nobody who can appreciate this guy's road to where he's gotten to. And none has been given to him. Let's take the first finals, for example. Come on, man. Iguodala getting the MVP of the final. Steph didn't have a great finals. No, he did not. But Iguodala, I challenge anybody to go back and look at those stats and tell me he was the MVP of the final. He's not only getting disrespected by the players, he's getting disrespected by the media folks, by the league. I mean, there's a lot of things that's going on.
Hold on. How has Steph been? How's Steph Curry been disrespected?
Well, let's say, like I said, right now you pretty much Steph is having a great finals right now. So is Durant. Durant's having a great final. I mean, but the thought of them even mentioning Steph Curry along with Durant is like, I dare you. Hey man, the guy's having a great finals out.
Well, first of all, Steph Curry's been fantastic. Secondly, he's the greatest shooter I've ever seen. Thirdly, he's a two-time league MVP. But you got to remember, one of those years, at least LeBron didn't think he deserved it. LeBron thought he deserved it. So you take all of those things into consideration. All I'm trying to say, let's talk basketball. And let's talk about it from there. Let's not act like they hate him as a human being. That's not fair to them. That's not true.
Well, me knowing society and guys in society, and I'm being honest, I want to be, you say like those, the hardcore guys, how they feel about Steph, I'm going to be hardcore against those guys. I've seen this in life. I've seen this in media. And I've seen our people, and I'm saying black people, we have an odd way of dealing with people our own kind with success if we don't feel that it's going the way they want it to go. We have a hard time accepting it.
Yeah, and but you wait, stop, BB. I don't have time to get into this with you all day long. But you know exactly what I'm saying here. Stop acting like you don't know. You're a highly intelligent man. You know exactly where I'm coming from. You have guys that may not have problems with you as an individual, but if they perceive you as receiving favorable treatment that would never be accorded to them, their resentment is going to be towards the societal portion of our lives that aims that favorable treatment in the direction of someone other than themselves. And that's really what this comes down to. If you look at Steph Curry, and listen, he's the babyface assassin. He's the good, wholesome family guy. You understand? He's non-threatening and all of these other things. You got guys that, listen, LeBron's married. LeBron's got a beautiful family. LeBron has been an incredible role model and all of these other things. But LeBron is scrutinized for having bad breath. Okay? Everything from the clothes he wears to the way he walks and talks. to anything, any decision that he makes and what have you. If you're in a position like him, you're going to notice when somebody doesn't have to endure that same level of scrutiny, and you're going to resent it. It's going to bother you. Not the person, but the treatment that they're receiving that lacks the same adversity and stress that's accorded to you. That's human. And that doesn't make LeBron a bad guy at all. I would have a problem with it too. I wouldn't hate Steph Curry, but I certainly would notice that he's treated far more favorably than me. Look at me. Look at me in this business. You think I don't look at other dudes in this business and go like, look, man, look at how they're treated. I mean, and then look at how I'm treated. Hell yes, I notice. It doesn't make me resent or hate them, but I'll be damned if I don't notice. That's human, and that's okay.
Guess what? You're in the middle of the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Damn it, I mean it!
Back to the phones we go. Kenny in Jersey, you're live with Stephen A. Talk to me.
Hey, Stephen, I got a statement and then a question for you.
Go ahead.
Now, they said Lonzo Ball he was underwhelming at their tryout.
Okay.
So I think that they're going to pass on him and either get Jackson from Kansas or Fox from Kentucky. One of those two.
I don't think they're going to take Fox. I don't think they're going to take Fox from Kentucky. I think that's too risky, particularly if they pass on Lonzo Ball. I don't think they're going to take another point guard ahead of him. I think they would take Josh Jackson.
Gotcha. All right, and then my question is, so I don't see any other team coming out of the East, and all these people are saying if Durant wins, he's going to be better than he's going to be considered the world's best player as of now. Now, if that wasn't LeBron on the other side of the ball, if it wasn't LeBron he was beaten, do you think they'd still be having that conversation that Durant would be the best?
If LeBron wasn't playing in the finals?
Yeah, if it wasn't LeBron that Durant was beating, say LeBron got hurt or something and the Cavs didn't make it to the finals, you think they'd still be talking?
I think we'd be wondering. I think we'd be wondering because LeBron wouldn't be there. So because LeBron wouldn't be there, we'd be wondering, it would be a question that would be up in the air. Listen, LeBron is the most complete player in the game. However, Kevin Durant is the best scorer. That's been proven. He's a scoring machine and a better shooter. LeBron is a better all-around player, but Kevin Durant's defense has been underestimated, and it's time that we stop doing that, and that is that. Getting back to your first point, I want to clarify. I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to take Josh Jackson. I'm saying if you pass on Lonzo Ball, it would be because you'll take Josh Jackson as opposed to De'Aaron Fox. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. All right. You have a good one, Stephen.
Thank you. Take it easy, man. Let's go to Jason in Mount Vernon. You're live with Stephen A. Talk to me, Jason.
Hey, Stephen A. Love the show. Let me ask you a question. These people that are saying Paul Pierce, others saying LeBron is passing the baton to Durant. What I don't understand, I don't know what else LeBron can do. He has to go against Draymond defense, Durant defense, Iguodala defense. He's dribbling up the ball. He's the point guard. He's got to play 48 minutes. Meanwhile, Durant can rest. Durant does not dribble up the ball. How can you say Durant's better than LeBron? I don't get it. What else can LeBron do?
Well, first of all, I didn't say Kevin Durant was better than LeBron. That was somebody else. Secondly, what you're saying is also this. This is what you have to take into consideration. You ask the question, what else can LeBron do? Why is Kyrie shooting 13 of 16 from the paint with 26 points in Game 3, and LeBron James is posting up one time in 3 games? Why is that happening? Particularly when you're going against a juggernaut like that. Why the hell are you not taking it to the hole and attacking these dudes? Playing with your back to the basket, drawing double teams, kicking out to open shooters who are spot-up shooters that have no business dribbling the ball and trying to create their own shot because they don't have that skill set. Why are you not doing that? You do call yourself the leader of this team. You do say this is your team. You do say all the time that these guys, it's my job to lead, it's their job to follow, blah, blah, blah. Why are you not doing that?
So why don't we ask Tyronn and Lue that? LeBron.
Well, I think we should. I think we should. Who says we did it?
But I'm just saying Paul Pierce says they're passing the baton to Durant.
Wait a minute. He is Paul Pierce. He is the truth. He is the truth. What about you? What about me?
Do you agree with that?
No.
Is Durant the best player?
No. I don't believe. I said that twice already. Are you not listening?
Okay.
I said it twice.
Making sure.
What the hell you mean you making sure? I ain't hiding from nobody. I said it twice. Don't ever ask me to repeat myself again. Don't waste your energy and your time on this ear trying to get me to repeat myself. And by the way, be quiet and listen and learn. You know why you're getting you know why Paul Pierce may be saying the baton has passed? Because what he may be saying is this might be the last time you see LeBron as a champion. Did you ever consider that? He might be saying it because this might be LeBron's last shot. I just read to you how strapped Cleveland is in terms of the contracts that they have on their books. Golden State has Iguodala, Livingston, Pajulia, Clark, McGee, West, Barnes, and McAdoo as free agents this summer. Only Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are under contract with 3 nobodies. So what I'm saying to you is Golden State is going to re-sign Curry and Durant. They're going to keep their nucleus intact. And LeBron is stuck unless David Griffin, the GM, can move various pieces because they're strapped for years, for the next 2 years at least. You got a problem if you Cleveland. So what Paul Pierce may have been saying is this might be the last time you see LeBron James as a champion because where the hell is Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors going? Have a nice day. Rashad and Yonkers, you're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Stephen A? My thoughts and condolences. Prayers goes out to you and your family.
Thank you so much. Go ahead.
No problem, brother. When you say pieces, I was thinking about what you said earlier on the Molly Wood show when y'all did that final thought.
Hold it up. It's on First Take. It's on First Take. Molly Wood is a segment on First Take.
Yeah, got you. Thank you for the correction.
Go ahead.
You said about Paul George, if they could pick up him, why would Paul George want to go to a team where he was swept? He was really destroyed from, the first round and got into 2012 and 13 in that Eastern Conference Finals. He was beat up again by LeBron. So I don't see Paul George going to that team.
Well, first of all, Paul George would prefer to be in L.A. That's number one, because that's where he's from. Number two, he also wants to compete for a championship. That ain't going to happen in Indiana. And number three, the Golden State Warriors are going to be preoccupied with making sure they got enough space for him. For Steph Curry and Kevin Durant to be resigned. San Antonio's a possibility, but him and Kawhi basically play the same position, even though I think they have the skill set to play together, particularly with the exceptional coaching of San Antonio and Greg Popovich. But number five, he's also still under contract, so Indiana would have to make a trade. And Paul George would not turn down an opportunity to compete with LeBron to go up against Golden State, because what we're seeing right now is teams loading up on one squad, and as a result, in order to compete with them, you got to go to a squad where you're loading up. And Paul George with LeBron would qualify as loading up.
I wouldn't go if I was Paul.
Well, we don't care what you would do. You ain't playing. We care what Paul George would do. And Paul George would do it.
Okay, and my one point, because they saying it would be equivalent to what Kevin Durant did.
It would not be equivalent to what Kevin Durant did. Paul George wasn't in Game 7 of a conference finals, lost, and joined the team that just beat him a month earlier. That's not the same scenario.
Equivalent, but most people may say that. But
I don't give a damn what people would just say. You just said it's not the equivalent. So if you know it's not the equivalent, then I know it's not the equivalent. Why do you care what other people say?
I don't even give a damn. But let me just say this.
Exactly.
After Game 7, Draymond went in his car, spoke to Bob Myers, got on the phone with KD, and guess what? 2 weeks later, there you go. Got yourself a perfect
good Lord have mercy, man. I'm about to hang up on you. I just told you Paul George is not a free agent. Kevin Durant was.
I'm not saying that. He's a free agent next year.
But not now.
No,
not this summer, so he wouldn't be able to go to them for next season unless he was traded.
No, see, I'm not even staying on that topic. I've been off of that. I was just saying.
All right, then I got to go. We can't have a conversation when I got people on hold. I mean, now you're going to tell me that wasn't the conversation? Come on now. Stay on your game.
Catch the Stephen A. Smith Show live on 98.7 ESPN New York, ESPN LA 710, and SiriusXM Channel 80.
You just can't make this stuff up.
Weekdays from 1 to 3 Eastern.
Phones we go right here on the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio. Linda in New Jersey. You're live with Stephen A. Good afternoon, Linda. How are you?
Hi, Stephen A. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you for calling. What's up?
No problem. I love your show, and my condolences to you and your family.
Thank you so much.
Now, this is my question. I'm a huge LeBron fan, and and therefore I'm a Cleveland fan. My biggest frustration is anytime I'm watching a game, I always ask myself, why can't they just do what they did in the first half, in the second half of the game? It's like in the first half of the game, they played really well. Like game 2, they played really well in the first half. I think they were down by only 2 or 3, I don't know. But then the second half of the game, they just weren't doing what they did, and I feel like that's why they lost.
Well, you got to understand, Linda, it's a couple of things, right? Okay. Linda, may I ask you a couple of questions?
Sure.
Do you work out?
I do, yeah.
All right, do you run?
Sometimes.
Okay, let's say, for example, if you had to run a block, you okay, right?
Yeah,
What if you had to run a mile?
Okay, I would be tired, yeah.
That's LeBron against the Warriors.
Okay.
They keep throwing bodies. They keep pushing the ball up the floor. They keep running up and down the court. If you notice, LeBron barely even takes time to celebrate. The minute he scores a basket, he's sprinting back down court because he got to get back on defense. Because they're pushing the pace and constantly running it up and down the court. And because he has to log those minutes, he's exhausted.
I mean, but that's the whole team, because the other team, Kyrie, he was doing really well too, but then
they get tired because that's who they have. Whereas Golden State, you got Kevin Durant, you got Klay Thompson, you got Draymond Green, you got Steph Curry, and then after that, you got Iguodala coming off the bench, and Sean Livingston coming off the bench, and Ian Clark coming off the bench. I mean, you playing 8-9 dudes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the problem. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. Take it easy. Let's go to Tyler. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, man?
Hey, Stephen A. How you doing? Sorry for your loss.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, I just got a quick opinion to hear from you. What kind of statement do you think the Cavs are going to go out and make tonight? Do you think they actually have a chance?
I think LeBron's going to go down swinging. I think he's going to go down swinging. I think he's going to try to match tip for tap because I don't think that he wants an off season and a following NBA regular season with him being subjected to insults and beyond because everybody's reminding him about how he wet the bed and didn't show up against Kevin Durant. I think he understands that he's averaging a triple-double now, and he has to make sure that he answers the bell and respond. So if they do end up losing tonight, the level of criticism might be accorded in somebody else's direction rather than his own.
Yeah, I agree. But so if they go down swinging, do you think they can go down swinging 4 straight games and kind of do the impossible like the Oakland Red Sox? They'll see it now.
I don't believe that.
I don't think so either, but I hope they try.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Let's go to Rob in Queens. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Rob?
What's up, my man? How you doing, Stephen A?
I'm good. Thank you for calling. Thank you.
So listen, man. I was with you last year when you were bemoaning the fact of KD going to the already almost perfect Golden State Warriors.
Correct.
And I was very, I said he could go into any other team in the league, and I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But like you said, losing to this team in Game 7 and then joining them was kind of a sellout move.
Okay.
So even
I called
if they
it weak.
win by a sweep tonight,
I called it the weakest move I've ever seen by a superstar. Go ahead.
Yes, you did, and I was there with you. I watch you on First Take all the time. But even if they win tonight with a sweep, he ain't getting no crown passed to him for joining an already perfect team. You know what I mean?
Well, he's not going to. He's not
numbers every game.
Hold on, Rob. You got to listen. You can't say something just not listen. Now, here's the deal. We have to respect this reality about Kevin Durant. No matter how weak I think the move is, there is no question that he's the best player on the best team, and that if these finals end tonight, he will be the MVP of the finals. And it would have been with him going directly up against LeBron James. Do you notice that he's accepted the defensive assignment of defending LeBron James throughout the series? Whenever he's had to,
like that before,
whenever he's had to, unless Steve Kerr and them have moved him over to Kevin Love because they don't have any bigs in the game, he's accepted the defensive challenge. Offensively, he's averaging 34, 10, and 6. He's shooting 56% from the field. He's shooting 53% from three-point range, which is 14% better than LeBron is shooting from three-point range. He has answered the call. So I still believe the move was weak. I still don't like it. But I can't deny the greatness that he is putting on display. I have to give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. But do you think James Harden could be doing the same thing
Yes.
with Golden State?
The same thing Kevin Durant is doing?
Yeah. Winning a championship, beating LeBron.
Well, but I don't think that James Harden would do what Kevin Durant has done defensively.
Okay.
Kevin Durant had 5 blocks the other night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Kevin Durant has caused trouble for guys driving into the lane for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Durant has defended. I got to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
it's only right.
He has, and still with the dude with the so-called thing.
Yeah. I got to run.
Triple dub.
I got to run, Rob, because I got other calls to get to. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. I appreciate the call, man. Let's go to Gio in Cali. You're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Mr. Stephen A., my condolences.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Did anybody else find it weird that Draymond Green had 5 fouls, 3 minutes left, Cavs are up 6, and you want to talk about LeBron posting up? This is where he needs to get his basketball IQ. And no, you have to go to the guy to try to either get him out of the game, foul out, or he's not going to defend you as hard. That's the only problem I had with that last game. The shots, I don't have a problem with it. It's, this guy has 5 fouls. Go at him. Go at him hard.
Okay. You're right. There's nothing to add to that. I appreciate the evaluation. Thank you. Let's go to Mark in Jersey. You're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Stephen?
Thank you. Go ahead, man.
I don't really have a question, but I was listening to the radio yesterday and today, and a lot of people are talking about the Bulls and how they face up against the Warriors and match up. And I think one team that I think has a really good shot, obviously not an old team, the 2000 Lakers with Shaquille O'Neal, because you hit the nail on the head, man. This team to beat the Warriors, you got to slow the ball down and get it in the paint. And that team with Shaquille O'Neal, I really think that team would give the Warriors fits because they'd slow the game down. They'd bring it down to a crawl, and they'd feed Shaq all day in the paint.
The only problem, and this is why I give the Showtime Lakers an edge over Shaq and Kobe's Lakers. The only problem is that Shaq would have been a liability at the free throw line.
And
that's the problem.
A little bit too, because they would have been taking him away from the basket.
Well, they wouldn't have. He wouldn't have guarded anybody. Either Draymond would have had open shots all night long, or whomever he was guarding. But they would not. They would not have. They would. He would have been a problem at the free throw line. They'd have fouled him all day.
And if Durant was playing the 5, forget about it. But I think that's one team that we could give a lot of credit to be able to beat this Warriors team because. Let's face it, you hit the nail on the head, man. LeBron's got to get in the paint. He's got to back it down, and they got to get in the paint. He's playing his game.
We got it. We got your point. We got your point. I appreciate the call. Richie in Staten Island, you're live with Stephen A. Go.
Yes, Steve, condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
I just, listening to look, I'm 66 years old, man. So I saw Jerry West play. I saw Elgin Baylor play. I saw Oscar Robertson play. Everybody, just about. And I am so sick and tired of the comparisons of great players, okay? And Kobe Bryant's name, nobody talks about him anymore. The guy only played.
But you do know why. You know why they don't talk about Kobe, right?
Tell me.
Because he's the 2 guard. And when you think 2 guard, you think MJ. That's the only reason. It's the only reason you don't mention Kobe. Because Kobe, we all know that Kobe's one of the greatest.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that the first person that comes to your mind is MJ.
Yes, that's true. But let me tell you something, Steve. You made a great point about LeBron in the post. In that Game 7 against the Celtics, where Kobe shot 6 for 24, at the end of that game, he was playing from the post, getting fouled, and making the free throws. People forget that. And he also had 14 rebounds. They used that against him because he shot 6 for 24 in a Game 7.
Right.
It's, to me, listen, whoever's the greatest is the greatest is in the eye of the beholder. But he's certainly, obviously, one of the all-time greats.
Everybody and their mother knows that Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest ever. It's just that because of the position that he played, and who he aspired to emulate and chase, which is Michael Jordan. Because he doesn't eclipse Michael Jordan, we stop there. That's basically what this is about. That's the God's honest truth. And I got to run. because we got to get on out of here. But that's basically what happened. And he's absolutely right about Kobe. 6 for 24 from the field, but hit 11 of 15 free throws. Had 15 rebounds that game as well, that Game 7 where they beat the Boston Celtics. Got to get on out of here. I'm predicting the Warriors will win tonight. I hope I'm wrong because I'd love to see a Game 5 at the Oracle. I don't see it happening. The Warriors win tonight. Kevin Durant wins MVP. I'll talk to y'all Monday. Peace and love, everybody. Stephen A. signing off.
That's just a sample of what you'll hear on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM Channel 80 and the ESPN app.